Hello my viewers, I usually create my videos by playing a game to completion and then attempt to make a comedic review on my experience. This time, I chose Far Cry 2, and to be completely honest with you, I didn't finish the game. Why? Well, it was a deeply unenjoyable experience, and I would like to explain why. The game starts off by asking you to select a mercenary to play as. Sounds exciting, right? No, not really. I truly appreciate the illusion of choice. This choice does not affect your gameplay at all, as far as I can see. In Far Cry 2, we found ourselves in the fictional land of UAC, which stands for Unnamed African Country. This isn't a bit, that's what it's actually called. Despite its name, it still manages to have better roads than half of the African continent. Our taxi driver then takes this opportunity to give us a Hall of Fame yapping session about the current state of his country. His ramblings are then interrupted when we encounter a roadblock filled with the worst people imaginable. Not terrorists, not even jihads, South Africans and their bootleg Dutch. After a little bit of extortion, they finally let us pass. Then our character begins to feel sick. My first assumption that this was due to our character being exposed to dirty, unleaded air. But it was actually malaria, which is odd because I'm pretty sure we just got here. We black out and wake up in a hotel with our target, the Jackal, looking through our stuff. He finds out we were sent there to kill him and berates us for failing on our first day, which, you know what, fair enough. And then for some reason continues to monologue. Like, bro, nobody's listening to all that. I walked away. He leaves and then we try to escape and then get filled with lead for the crime of reaching for our identification. We wake up again, somehow being unriddled with lead, and are told we owe this guy a favor because we killed some of his men. We are told to go to location to kill some dudes to free someone. And this is where my first problem with Far Cry 2 started. The game is grimy and realistic. I can appreciate that. It tried something new, kind of. What I cannot appreciate is the entire game being different shades of brown and the occasional splash of green. The color palette made me nauseous. A beige assault on my cornea. You know what? This isn't too bad. What elevates the previous worry is the fact that basically every enemy camouflages into the landscape. Once again, very realistic. But I don't vibe with the prospect of having to discern which blade of grass shot me. Speaking of shooting, the guns. Far Cry 2 has a whole host of weaponry. Starting guns are similar to a second-year woman in a college dorm. That's right, very used. And they have a tendency to just jam on you mid-gunfight. But subpar. This incentivizes you to upgrade your weapon. Encourages you to use other weapons. It makes enemy encounters more unique. This was probably said by a person who didn't have his rifle break like Lego and their RPG round flop onto the ground as multiple vehicles with turrets approached my location. The only way to fix this is with the ancient art of motion, but that requires us to hurt our eyes, tracking down briefcases with singular diamonds in them, or God forbid, play the game. Also, the shotguns do ridiculous damage for how far away they usually shot at you from. The enemy NPCs opening up vats for a second or something like that. Anyway, I scout the camp, kill all the enemies, and rescued our first buddy. She's one of the many buddies we can find and interact with. They have names, and since I learned their names for this video, so do you. By the way, I refuse to Google how to pronounce their names. Paul Ferenc. Nationality? Oh boy. Insert meme about current events. Andre Hippolyte. He's Haitian. How did he get here? I thought they didn't have airports. Marty Alencar. Once again proving that Brazilians will do everything except live in their own country. Michelle. I'm not pronouncing that. She was the first buddy I saved. I really wish I knew she was a baguette baron before saving her. Nasreen Davar. She's Tajik. The bit of this segment is that I name a character and then make a joke with their nationality. But who the hell is about to get a joke about Tajikistan besides the 3 people who live there? I pray their Soviet era internet goes down before this video goes up. Hakim Ichebi. He's Algerian. He's probably here to foil French neocolonialism out of sheer spite for the oopsie the French put them through. Frank Builders. He's Irish, more specifically Northern Irish, which means he's part of the United Kingdom. I just know there's an IRA operative right now trying to figure out how to send a car brown through my Gmail. Flora Gillen. She's Cuban/Angolan. That brings up the question, how did she make it past the embargo? Or how did she make it past the corruption? Joseph Indrameno. He was born in Yugoslavia, that country that disappeared after a very calm discussion. He's now a citizen of Kosovo. There's a Serbian operative trying to figure out how to send a landmine through my Gmail account. Kwarbani Singh. He's Mauritian, one of the last of his kind before global warming claims his entire nation. Warren Clyde, he's just American, a disability in its own right. Quain Yong Bai, come on, we know where he's from. Some of the buddies have height stats on their Wikipedia pages. Does this affect gameplay? Buddies can revive you when you're down, and their benefits end there. Narratively, they're extremely boring. I cannot remember a single one of them. The only time I acknowledge their existence is when I take a mission for one of the factions. They call you on your Nokia and tell you to meet them in some random shanking alley so they can give you a secondary objective, which in my mind seems like double the work, which wouldn't be so bad if the secondary objective wasn't in buttfuck nowhere. Subpar. Stop being lazy. My brother in Christ, there is no fast travel. I have to drive there while being harassed every step of the way. Slight tangent. At certain points along the road, there are checkpoints with hostile enemies. My first thought is that these were similar to Far Cry 3 outposts. You kill the enemies and claim the area as yours, making it safe for travel. Haha. No, not really. You clear the checkpoints, leave, and they're just back. I thought this was a me issue. I thought I goofed and didn't do it properly. So I killed them again, searched the place properly, and guess what? They just came back. These, along with random aggressive vehicles that chase you to the sun and back, make using the road a very not cash money experience. Don't even get me started on navigation. I do not appreciate having to open a flip file just to know where the fuck I'm going. All of this leaves us with two options: going off-road, or I kid you not, taking the bus. The latter of which I hate on a fundamental level, as there's only 5 of them and they're placed in the middle of nowhere. Driving off-road is the best solution until you slightly graze a rock and then have to hop out of the whip just to fix the engine with a single tool. By the way, you just have this ability. It isn't a weapon that occupies an entire inventory slot. What game would do that? What was I saying again? Oh yeah, the mission. There are multiple types of mission in Far Cry 2. Story missions, convoy missions, assassination missions, underground missions, and buddy missions. We've already discussed buddy missions. They are secondary objectives and favors for your buddies. Assassination missions, you get these at random radio towers. A single target guarded by enough guards to rival the value of 10 tons of Tesla destined lithium. Good luck, you're going to need it. Convoy missions, you get them at the weapon shop. This is the main way of unlocking better weapons to purchase. The mission design is very simple, and by simple, I really mean simple. The convoys travel in loops for some reason, so all you have to do is get in their path and blow them up. Riveting gameplay. Underground missions, these are the same missions over and over again. They were copy and pasted. All they're good for is getting single pills to stop your malaria symptoms. Malaria is my favorite mechanic in a video game, right behind loot boxes, of course. Story missions, there are 2 factions: United Front for Liberation and Labor and the Alliance for Popular Resistance, both extremely corrupt and genocidal. All their missions revolve around going to a location and killing the other guys. I'm not exaggerating. You must be wondering how the game is so long then. It's because it's padded by every objective being on the other side of the map. I hope you like walking to a bus station. I really hope this voice actor is African, because otherwise the implications of this, I really should have turned on anti-aliasing. Ah yes, visual malaria. Bro, who are you? Ah yes, the DRC experience. I am just trying to leave. A little bit of meth never hurt anyone.
You look like you're gonna drop that any second.
I would agree, but I can't see myself. Ah yes, the engine fixing bolt, my favorite. I need to uninstall. Who is shooting? Wait, no, actually, what is shooting me? I went through all of that to save a white woman. I don't know how I feel about this. I actually do this in real life. I go around looking for wallets. I usually find them in people's pockets. Damn, such tantalizing options. This is the equivalent of opening up Spotify and seeing nothing but Beethoven. I mean, it's not bad, but expected something else.
You can't break a man the way you break a dog or a horse. The harder you beat a man, the taller he stands. To break a man's will.
I'm not listening to all that. Also, who is he recording these for? It's your own monologue. Bro, just remember. You can tell it's their headquarters because they have their own posters up. Oh my god. I think what I hate the most about this game is that, okay, the objective is really far away, but in my mind I'm just envisioning all the dickheads. Thanks, I don't know who you are though. Yep, back at it. Am I fighting Danny Phantom? Where are they? Ah yes, tis but a scratch. Nah, she's doing too much. She needs to get up. I'm getting harassed on roadways. Do they just shoot people on sight? How do they know it's me? All I have to do is lie and wait. It flopped. It flopped on the fucking ground. Well, that was my experience of Far Cry 2. I really hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. My heart shrinks a little bit every time I say that.